G'day guys, so you've just bought yourself a UHF and you want to know, is this a job you can do yourself at home? Well, the quick answer is yes. If you know your way around the garage and a soldering iron, you can install a UHF at home. So while I'm in a professional workshop at the moment, you don't need to be a professional. Anyone can have a crack at this, and I'm going to show you in the next couple of quick and easy tips how you can install a UHF like this one at home yourself. The first step is to select your UHF. Now we've gone with Uniden. This is the X-Track Pro. It's the ultimate pack, so this includes everything you need. It's got a handheld and it's got the in-car mounted UHF. We're starting from scratch, so we want everything. We chose Uniden because they're a Japanese-made company. I've used it in my own FJ Cruiser. They've been around since 1966, so we trust the product. So what's next after you've selected your UHF? Now this one's important. Once you've selected your UHF and you know what car it's going in, read the instructions. Open the box, go through everything, make sure you've got everything you need and go from there. But it's really going to help you if you open the box, go through everything and get to know what you're installing before you start putting it in the car. Step number 4 is to sit in the car and work out exactly where you're going to mount the radio. It's very important. You really want access for both yourself and the passenger if possible, but you don't want to be banging your knees and things like that. So take 5 seconds to sit down, work out where everything's going to go. You'll thank yourself in the long run. Now the next step is to work out where you're going to mount the antenna. We're lucky here, we've got this bull bar with 2 tabs. It's going to go on this side. We're using a 3 dBi antenna, which apparently is the most popular and should be really versatile for what we're doing with this Prado. This is a bit of a fun job, the next step I think. It's running the coax cable from the antenna through the firewall via a grommet and inside the vehicle to mate to the UHF. It's not too tricky, just take your time and make sure you're not going near anything sharp or hot. And if you do think it's going to be rubbing or running near something a bit hot, you can always run some tubing over the top of it to protect the coax cable. Obviously you want to use some cable ties, as many as possible, to make sure the coax cable is secure and it's not going to go anywhere. In this case, we've had to take the glove box out, which is easy, just unclips, just give it a yank, and you can see here we've run the coax cable inside the vehicle. Probably the hardest part of the job other than finding the power, but really took a couple of seconds. Not a hard job at all, just do some planning, have a look for an easy route and go for it, make it neat. This is perhaps the most daunting part of this installation, and it doesn't need to be, and that's powering the unit. So you need a positive and a negative. Every car is going to be different. In the case of this 150 Prado, pull the glove box, run the coax. It might look like we've made a royal mess here, but it's all pretty intuitive, plug and play. So I've run the coax cable through the firewall, excuse the lighting, and we're just going to run that through, and I'm going to put the radio right in here, cable tied out of the way, put everything back. We found a power source here, which is the green, and the earth is the white and black, which runs to the factory 12-volt plug, and we're going to tap into that because it keeps everything contained in this area. Super neat. You could also, if you're running fresh power, run a positive and negative from the battery through the vehicle, but I feel you've got power inside, spend 5 minutes with a multimeter and find out the best solution there. All right, what we're going to do here is put this end connector on to the coax cable. That just simply screws on. And then you can screw that into the back of the UHF there. You can see it there, and we've got power to run here. That's simple. Done. Now we're just going to run some power, mount it up. Good to go. Going to learn some new swear words from truck drivers on the highway. Now then, this Uniden X-Track 80 Pro kit, complete kit as mentioned. So we've got the wiring complete with fuses, with an end that plugs straight in. So we've tapped in, again, we're going to this green, which is positive, and the white and black, which is negative. We'll tap into that. And we'll first shorten this cable. Everything's here, everything's mounted under here nice and neatly. So again, it looks like a bit of a war zone, but it's not. It's just going to clip back together. We'll get this cable plugged in, the cable tie this out of the way so it's nice and secure, and then we'll mount the handpiece. Happy days, nearly done. And I'm not going to show you my soldering skills because the internet will judge me, but as mentioned, we've tapped the positive and the negative. Positive goes into the green wire here, negative into the white and black. In the case of this Prado, every car is going to be different though. So we've tapped in the factory wiring, taped it up, soldered, it's looking good. Ready to put back together. Just mounted the unit up here. Just going to tidy up these cables now, and we'll get into mounting the handpiece. Oh, ignore the beep, but it's time to put everything back together. We've got the console mounted back. I've installed an additional switch here for a pass-through. We're just going to run the handpiece over here, put the last of the trim back. She's tested and it's working. So we're on a winner. You've done it, legends. You've come this far. Now to mount this cool magnetic bracket, how good's that? Flips on. Double-sided tape. I like to give this area a clean with prep sole or something like that beforehand. And then you just push that in, hold it there for a little while, and it'll stick, and the installation will be done. So let's fire it up. And peel this sticker off. Look at that. Nicest it's ever going to look. Brand new, and it's operating. We've just installed a UHF. Good work. And she's done. There's just one more thing left to do before we finish. Oh, that's satisfying. Look at that. Brand new. Well, there you go, guys. We are in a workshop, but it goes to show you don't need a workshop to install a UHF into your four-wheel drive. It is a DIY task you can do at home, especially if you get something that is a complete kit like we have today with this Uniden X-Track 80 Pro. We're going to go play in the bush. Thanks again for watching.